Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I want to talk about the X-Men. Apparently, they're going to do an election for the X-Men because why not? I mean, and get this, we get to vote. So if we go on Marvels.com, we can vote to see who we want to elect for the X-Men. And they talking about it's going to be an annual thing. So every year, excuse me, every year it'll be us voting in who's going to be on the X-Men team, and I just find that so stupid, so ignorant. And it's just like, who are you trolling with this? You know what I mean? It's just like, so we're doing an election about the X-Men, seeing who's going to be on the team, and every year we're going to sit around and do another election to see who deserves to be on the team. It makes absolutely no sense. That's not what the X-Men is. Hell, you even had the X-Men line that was coming out of Dawn of X was like the Scott and Jean family plus Wolverine with, and that was the X-Men title, you know? That was the main X-Men team. Now all of a sudden we got this whole we got this whole, oh yeah, let's just decide who should be on it. But you got all of these other teams books out there. You got X Factors, Marauders, Hellions, New Mutants. You know, what are we doing with all these other team books then? Like, just let, Excalibur. What are we doing with all of this nonsense, to be honest? Why do we have to vote to see who becomes the X-Man? You know, they're all mutants. They all have eligibility to be on the team at the time. You know, at this point, it's usually the reason why they're on the team is because they're a fan favorite, they're really popular, or the Arthur had an idea to, work with these characters and make them work on the X-Men team. Excuse me. Not everything has to be a reasoning for it, as long as you come up with a good storyline for it. Remember the time where Carol Danvers was on the X-Men team as Warbird, after that nonsense that they happened with her, getting pregnant by her son, and then, Rogue taking her powers and stuff like that. It's random stuff like that. Hell, they even had one, I believe, um was another odd time. The time Spider Man was even on the team, not really officially, but he was still on the team, And of course, you had Deadpool, and that's just, that was just a whole bunch of weird nonsense. And then you had Iron Man as well. Sometimes as long as the story, works, it works, not everything has to be a reasoning, but for this whole democracy thing, it's just weird, Excuse me. I just don't find it very interesting to read a book about these characters that they want to put on the team. Here's the credentials, here's what they can do, and why do you feel the need, and then other people saying, no, I don't want this person on the team, I want this person on the team, and then yay or nay arguments, blase blase blase. They might probably play dirty to see who's gonna get on there, and then whoever gets on there might not be what people want. Everybody's gonna be like, it's rigged, it's fake democracy, all that nonsense. And what are we gonna do? Divide the X-Men into Republican and Democrat after this point? Like, come on now. Why is that even in the comic books? Just remember, Demon Slayer sold more than you guys have put together. 65 million copies. 65 million copies, and Marvel and DC are just over here doing whatever. And you really think this is going to make sales? I'm sorry, you're going to have to swallow that big ego pill and give the fans, the fans that are actually, like me, that ones that make these videos, that talk about the stuff, that buys the books. You can't keep making it for this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing, because they're not really buying it. Just because you got a whole bunch of thousands of likes or whatever don't mean nothing. Javicia Leslie got millions of likes and stuff on her Twitter and her Instagram as Batwoman, and it didn't bring in people to watch the show. The same thing with Brian Michael Bendis and his Legion of Superhero and his Superman run. I see millions of people liking his comments and whatever and stuff like that, but they didn't show up for the books. They didn't show up for the books. I can tell you that. So don't believe all of these likes and stuff like that. Believe the sales. And I can tell you right now, sales wise, this isn't great. You had wasted people's time with power. I mean, not Power of X, but the ten swords. Like, what was that? What was that? You had dinner party in it, talking around food. Like, what does that have to do with anything? I could have wrote a better event than that. Matter of fact, I've seen fan fictions that write better than the current writers at Marvel and DC put together. What's happening? What is happening here is the question. Where we're just throwing everything at the wall and hopefully it stick, because it's not interesting. None of this crap that you guys are releasing is interesting. It's only the back issues that are interesting, and I don't want that to be, the thing, because you got people that want the comic book industry to fail. I don't want the comic book industry to fail at all. I want to see it succeed, but you got to change things. You got to change things. But this whole election thing isn't a good look, because the real world was full of it for the past 4 years that nobody can get out of. Excuse me again. And you decided to go back and do another election, but in comic book form? Who the hell cares? Just pick a collection of X-Men, put them on a team, and maybe just make the roster rotating. That's all you have to do. You can't keep with this nonsense because it's not interesting. It is annoying, to be honest. Like, come on, Marvel. This isn't really all that great. I don't even know the candidates. I didn't bother looking them up because I'm not gonna vote. I don't care to vote for whoever and stuff like that, because the book isn't even good enough for me to even care about the voting. I can see if the book was good, then I'd probably be like, all right, let me see what I can see. But the problem is the books haven't been that great. No offense, I don't care what nobody say. Those X-Men color books was better than the current X-Men stuff that we're getting, besides House of X and Power of X. Yes, that means X-Men Gold, X-Men Red, X-Men Blue, X-Men Black. Those books were better than the current stuff that we're getting now. You know, I mean, I haven't read all of the Dawn of X books, but I've read majority of them, and majority of them just not interesting. Especially that Ten of Swords event was such a waste of time. I've never wasted so much time on an event before. And it's getting hard too to keep up with Marvel's events, because it's just like one event after another. I'm not even doing King in Black right now, because I was so burnt out with the other events that Marvel did. You know, and it's not like I'm not going to read King in Black, but I'm just going to wait until it finish up and then collect it and read it, because I know that's a good event because everybody's talking about it. But these other events that I've been reading, I'm just like, okay, just push through it. Just push through it. You'll get something will be at the end, and it really was kind of like, no, it wasn't. So what is this purpose of this election is what I want to know, because it feels like another pointless thing to just fill in some time until you guys can make up the next storyline that might not be good, and majority of it hasn't been great. Because at this point, if you really want to do an election, hey fans, what people you think should be writing the X-Men? Because the writing team on the X books just need to go ahead and get kicked out of the office. Everybody, including Jonathan Hickman, because I don't know what's going on at all. This doesn't feel like anything Jonathan Hickman wrote. Mm-mm. I don't know what's going on, but it's whatever. It's whatever. Well, we'll see when the X-Men people come out. We'll see who's going to be on the panel. We're going to see how this democracy works or whatever and stuff like that. I don't care. I know there's going to be some videos about people talking about it, so I'll just watch those. But yes, that was my video. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.